Hey, so right occiput, like under the skull. I don't know if I can show you that right here, like all up in here, right under the base of the skull, like up in there. Um, really hurts. Like I sat. There's a chair over there, as you can see, in the corner. Um, I thought maybe I'd sit in my chair, like, because I was feeling a little bit better, and I thought, I could sit in the chair for like 20 minutes or something using my computer. Because I mean, I lean back in my bed all day, and that doesn't hurt me. So I lean back in the chair. And I figured, well, I'll just do a short time, and it started to hurt around like 20 minutes, so I stopped. And I mean, I didn't say I was gonna sit in there for 20 minutes, but I just ended up being about that much. And then it started hurting. I was like, well, I don't want to make my nest worse. But then like later that day, it started hurting in that area, and then today was that was yesterday, and then today was hurting even worse. It's like really fucking bad. Like I'd rather have someone like squeeze my nuts than like squeeze that part of my head. Like it's really tender, and that was part of my, like, there's connective tissue all around the base of your the occipital part of your skull, all around the ridge, and well, I had a chiropractor crack my head once to do an occiput release, and I tensed up just at the wrong moment, and all that like tore. And it never hurt that bad, but it hurt a little for a couple months, and then it kind of went away, and I never had any problems with it. But I guess that aggravated it just sitting in my chair that short amount of time. Which is crazy. It's like, goddamn, like how fragile that tissue has to be. So the left side is like I can push on all I want. I don't feel anything. It's nothing. But just that one spot, it's bad. And so yeah, never let a chiropractor crack your neck. Just don't. Like if you're stiff, you can stretch. You can do some light exercises. You can sit in a hot tub. You can get a massage. You can get a massage gun. You can, look into regenerative therapy to help the ligaments tighten up so the muscles can relax. Like anything you can do, but don't let a chiropractor crack your neck. Just don't do it. It's not worth the risk. Like the relief that they're going to give you, it's very likely not going to be permanent. There's a very high amount of danger. So it's stupid. It shouldn't even be legal. Well, I don't know. Maybe there's extreme circumstances where it's beneficial and can really help someone. There's probably people out there that you know have have been helped by that, but there's also people that have been like me that have been fucked up. I know a lot of people that had their lives ended. I've seen people die from it. So yeah. But on a positive note, I was feeling like I've been really focusing on getting my tongue not being white, like killing the fungal overgrowth inside my stomach. So I've been taking a lot of the caprylic acid, which I kind of ditched it. I was like, well, I'm just gonna take the because caprylic acid's from coconut oil. I just bought coconut oil like you'd get at the store to eat, and just leave it on the counter, and I'll like twice a day I'll take 3 spoonfuls of it, swish it around my mouth like mouthwash, and swallow it. So that's like more than I would get in the pills, and also I'm cleaning my mouth out, and my tongue's more red and less white than it used to be, and my stomach hurts less. And also I've been taking the Spanish black radish for my stomach to also kill a fungal infection, and I've been taking like 8 of those pills, like standard measure, standard process, one of those, uh, um, and about 8 of those pills a day. Those things you don't seem to need to take with food because they are food. Just like herbal stuff. I don't know. I don't really think you need to take it with food. Like a multivitamin, I would definitely take with food because otherwise you could get sick to your stomach. Um, but that kind of stuff, I don't. I just take it. Usually, I do take it with food, but if I don't, I don't feel bad. And then also, I've been eating more fiber because I was like really been trying to restore my gut biome. But it's like I take probiotics, and it's like they help a little bit, but the real way to get your gut biome restored that I've been researching is to eat a lot more fiber and stay away from meat, especially red meat, because your stomach's going to struggle with that, and it doesn't help the gut bacteria so much. It's not, it doesn't necessarily harm it, it just doesn't help it. I need it helped. So I've been eating a lot of foods like carrots and okra and bananas and all kinds of, foods that don't have lectins and are plants. And they're easy to eat. For someone with a neck problem, just pick them up, put them in your mouth, and not have to prepare them at all. Watermelon, I got sliced already, and so I've also been trying to walk around more without my neck brace, because like right at the, not at the base of the skull I was pointing earlier, but the sides of the neck, right, like the neck brace comes up to like about here, and right above that, all the muscles were getting tight, like right along the line of the brace. So I could feel like that's exactly where my brace is, and it's hurting all along the top part of it. So I think like up to my up to that point it was being supported, and then after that, all the weight of my head's on that precise point all across my neck, like laterally all along the back of my neck, and is causing tightness and pain, and especially around the sides. I think the worst. And so I was like, I got to strengthen my whole neck. And so even if I can't move around much, like I can just barely go to the kitchen or barely get to the mailbox, like I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to do something that hurts. I'm just going to do it until I'm tired and then lay back down again. And if that's shorter, then so be it. And so, but I've been walking okay. I think I walked like half a mile yesterday. A couple times throughout the day, like I broke up in like separate chunks. But and it was okay. Like, and my neck feels stronger overall, and it hurts less around like the line of my thing, uh, my soft, and also the falling feelings, like when I lay down on my left and right side, are less intense. So I don't know, maybe like having more supported muscles throughout my neck is preventing stuff from moving around as much. So I've been getting to sleep easier, thankfully. I hope it continues. And that's it. I just wanted to say, because I would forget all this detail if I try to report back on it in like a week. And I think that's about everything. I think I'm gonna talk to Dr. Papas and Regenix to see maybe if he can give me an injection under the occiput there, because it's been a problem for a year, and who knows, maybe he can do my chest too, like right under the pectoral muscle where the muscle attached. There's a bump. Like I tore it years ago playing soccer, but it's like it still hurts. And oh no, but I was saying for the food I was eating, I've been trying to fix my stomach. Like I push on my stomach, right, and it doesn't like hurt so much. So meat causes more stomach acid, which you don't want if you're trying to heal your stomach. I've still been taking, like, I think I moved up to like at least 8 of those pills, which I think is 8,000 milligrams, or 500 pills, so 4,000 milligrams of that marshmallow root, which really seems to heal the stomach lining a lot. Like I didn't think it'd make much of a difference because sometimes stuff says it helps, but I mean it's just like I've quickly noticed a difference. And then also not eating red meat has helped. I noticed like I'll be feeling fine. I'll be feeling fine. I'll eat red meat, and then boom, my stomach starts to burn, and it's not bad, but it's just like I don't need it to burn. I need it, So I'm eating hemp for protein, like powdered hemp protein, which doesn't taste as good as like meat, but whatever. It's got a full amino acid profile, even if it's not as bioavailable. You just eat more, and you'll get it into your body. And occasionally, I had a bit of fish yesterday, but and that did aggravate my stomach. Um, and I think I had some red meat too, which also aggravated my stomach, but not a lot. But today I just had all veg and fruits, no problems. My stomach feels great. What I've been noticing too, with all the antifungal stuff and stomach healing stuff I've been doing, like it used to be like if I touched like my Achilles here, where's my leg? Is that showing? Freaking my Achilles here, like uh, when I would rub that part of my leg, um, it would really hurt, and like inside your elbow, if you like feel up in there, I can't hold the phone and like do it, but in your elbow, there's you can like feel up in there and like push on the tendon, and like feel it. It's like a rubber band in there, and it used to hurt all the time. It just hurt if I touched it, and now I touch it, it's like I don't feel anything. And my finger, like my index finger, because it gets a lot of use because of clicking the mouse over the years. It's more worn down, and that hurts so bad. Like I couldn't write it all. I had seen improvements before, but it's a lot better now. Where like I just don't feel anything. Like I'll be holding a pen, squeezing it hard, and nothing. Whereas before I'd touch a pen and I'd be like, ow, like fuck, it hurt. And like my hips and all that. It's just like I'm pushing on connective tissue in my body and it doesn't hurt. So that's like, I'm really hoping that continues. I'm going to do the best I can to help that. So it's like, obviously, I've got an autoimmune response and I don't know if it's because of the lectins. I don't know if it's because of I don't know if it's because of the lectins or the candida overgrowth or both, or even none. I don't know, but I mean, that's what I got. That's what I'm working with. So I'm assuming it's that because my stomach was having problems. I'm fixing that, and my tongue's white. I have issues with, like, one of the common symptoms for fungal overgrowth is joint pain, and another common symptom for lectins in your bloodstream is joint pain. But lectins specifically mimic the cells in your body, and then your immune system attacks them. I don't know why candida causes joint pain. I don't know if it's just it exists in that area and causes inflammation, and it's not necessarily your body attacking your own tissue. But I mean, like my body is attacking my own tissue because, like, I mean, it has been for a long time, and I've been trying to get it to stop, and it seems that like that's doing the trick. Um, which is uh, good to know. But also, it's like I'm also looking at like a body that's been like systemically damaged for years, and I didn't know what was causing it. And I mean, I thought maybe it was diabetic. So now I have to fix it, but thankfully, I guess it's just my neck. I mean, Christ, I wish it was my ankle that was fucked, but it could be like my hips and my lower spine and my knees. Although my knees were so bad I couldn't walk, but I could barely walk. But now they're not fun. They're not bad. I did physical therapy for them. They're fine. My shoulders, I do weightlifting. I still do. I do the bands, like the exercise bands for those now, because if you lay in bed all day, you will just fall apart. Especially your connective tissue will shrink, and if you have connective tissue problems, you can't let that happen. So it doesn't bother my neck at all. I'm standing up straight. I don't feel any strain on my neck at all. I'm just like move my arm up, move it up, do some curls, um, work on my shoulders because and my shoulder too here, like up in your shoulder is there's like a thin piece, um, like right. I can't freaking. It goes down your bicep. It goes from like down here down your bicep. It's like It's not a muscle. It's just like a thin cord of something, like a rope. So that's why I'm thinking it's a tendon. But when I look at like anatomy charts, I'm like, I don't see that. I just see muscle and then the joint. But in this arm, that strip of like cord, rope, or whatever I think is the tendon. It feels like connected. It feels like the tendon, like in your elbow, like up in there. It feels the same, exact same kind of tissue. So I assume that's what's going on. That's what it is. And that had been burning and hurting, and my right side had been burning. My left side was so bad that like I have a frozen shoulder. So like for a year, I could only move it like that. Now I can get it to about here, but it's still not like, like I don't have full range of motion, but it's like 75% range of motion. But it was like 50%. I could move it like here, and that used to be the limit. And it was so bad in my shoulder. Like it wasn't just there. It was like inside the joint. I had a frozen shoulder. So like they took an ultrasound and MRI, and like it was, I don't know what it's called, adhesive capsulitis, where it's like it kind of forms this scar tissue shit. Uh, but anyway, that doesn't hurt. That thing there doesn't hurt. But on the right side, I was scared because I was like, the right one was really hurting bad. It's a little like slight ache now, but it was like I would touch it and be like, oh my god, it hurts so bad. And so that's improved. But I still am gonna keep. It's probably sore too because I've been working it out, but it's a big improvement, and it's something that like I've talked to rheumatologists about, and I talked to gastroenterologists about, and I talked to everybody except for functional medicine doctors, which they'd probably be more in line with what I'm doing. And I would go to a functional medicine doctor. I can't physically go, but they said I should order a micronutrient test. So to test like all amino acids, vitamins, and everything. Yeah, so that's what's going on. And those doctors, they couldn't help, so I just had to basically, I don't know, ask in Facebook groups and Google, like what to do if you're having these symptoms, and what kind of, I mean, obviously a white tongue is a thing. I mean, my stomach hurts is a thing, and I'm having joint pain, and I can connect, white tongue to joint pain, stomach pain, joint pain. And I believe also if your stomach is damaged, like the burning, if you have too much burning, that damages the walls of your intestines and your stomach, and stuff gets in your blood that shouldn't. Like normally you just shit it out, but your body's like, but it just comes in your blood, and so now it's in your blood. That's my understanding of leaky gut. I could be wrong. Um, it's kind of like a newly recognized thing. I don't know. It kind of seems like people have slightly different descriptions of it, but having damaged intestinal walls and stomach seems to allow more lectins to get into your blood, and obviously if you have fungal overgrowth, then it can become systemic, and systemic fungal overgrowths are definitely possible, and lectins being in your bloodstream is definitely possible. A lot of people have gluten sensitivity. Yeah, these are all real things that I could try and troubleshoot, and so that's what I'm doing. Anyway, I just want to keep these short, but I figure I want to say all the details of what's going on, because, what's the point of putting half the detail and then having it be useless?